So here I am logged into my Azure portal, and first thing what you need to do is you need to create an Azure Migrate service. So let's go ahead and click create resource and then type Azure Migrate, and then you will see that's listed, and that's currently a preview, and then click create, and you will notice that the preview is only available in a limited number of regions, and it's East US and this West Central US. So I'm going to be creating in West Central US, and I'm going to give a resource group name for the service, and it's going to be according to my naming standards. And then again, my migration project is gonna be this. It's gonna be given with this name. Yeah, and that's it. So once you've given the names and once it's all happy, then you can create the migration service. So once it's fully provisioned, you can go to the migration projects in here, and then you can see that this project is successfully provisioned. So once you go to that resource group, you can see that you have 3 resources provisioned. So one of them will be the migration project resource, and the other one is a logged analytic workspace resource, and the last one is the service map solution resource. So in order to configure, first we need to get metadata into the Azure Migrate project. So that we need to configure the virtual appliance that you can install on your virtualization platform. So let's go ahead and configure that one. So for that, we can go discover and access, or you can go into the discover machine section, and then it will give you the link to download the OVA file, and so that you can import that OVA into your VMware environment, and then you can let it collect the virtualization information, and then it will let you put these credentials in. So once you start configuring, it will at the end ask you for the project ID and the key. Once you put that information in, it will start discovering the virtual machines. So let's go ahead and download the OVA file, and then I'll show you how you can install the OVA file as well. And now I have successfully downloaded the OVA file. Before I install that, I want to give you an overview of how my VMware environment looking. So I have a lab environment for VMware, and it's running VMware ESX6 or VMware vCenter 6 as well. And what I have got is I have 2 servers. I have got a SQL server and a web front end. So SQL server runs SQL database engine, and then I have a web server that runs a sample web app, which makes it a 2-tier application when it comes to migration. So what I want to eventually achieve is migrate these 2 virtual machines into Azure. So let's how you import the OVA file is you can click to file, and then you can see there's an option to deploy OVA template, and in here you can point out to the OVA file that you downloaded, and you can go next, and then it will give you the information. I will select the host that you want to put it in. And in this case, I have actually imported, that's why it errored out, and then I can say this is the host in 3B data center that I want to import, and then I want to go thin provisioning, and then it will give you the summary, and then you can import the OVA file. But in this case, I have imported the OVA file for you, so it's already done. And then I'll show you how you can configure the appliance itself. So next steps is to actually run the appliance, and then how you can configure it. That's the next step that we need to do. So now I have logged into the collector virtual machine or virtual appliance, and what's happening here, what you can see here is only the run collector shortcut on the desktop. When you run it for the first time, I think you will be given with a you will have to provide a local admin password. That's the user account that I used to log in. And then what you need really, the setup is really simple. What you really need to do is double click on that and then run through each one of these steps. At the moment I have configured them as well, but I'll walk you through what I did. And what I did was I set up the prerequisites. It automatically discovered and download all the prerequisites. What I had to install is the PowerCLI PowerShell commands. And then my server was connected already to the internet, and the time sync was done and everything. It was all done. The Azure Migrate collector service was already running. Then I had to specify credentials into my vCenter and then I provided the name of the server, vCenter server, and then I provided the credentials for the vCenter, and then it initiated the connection, and then I can select the data center which I wanted, and then I hit continue. After that, I provided the project ID, which is the Azure Migrate project ID, which I can copy, which I showed you earlier. I can copy from my Azure portal, and also the key that was necessary for it. Hit continue, and then it will take some time. It will do the metadata gathering, and it will feed all that information into Microsoft Azure. That's pretty much it from the configuration side of things on this server. Once you do that, you will start seeing data showing up after a few hours in the Azure Migrate project that you created.